So if you that guy out there that started out the year saying, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to take my health serious, and you still overweight and you only been to the gym once or twice or this year so far, halfway through the year, this episode is for you.
Right.
If you're that guy that said, I want to invest this year, I want to take my check, invest in the stocks, invest in crypto, start my own business, and right now, halfway through the year, you're still living check to check, this episode is for you. And if you're that guy that you like motivation, man, and you just like life not going my way, man. I'm just not feeling it, man. I just don't understand, man. Things aren't going my way. Life is hard. It's not easy. Guess what? This episode is for you. Man, I'm muted.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's
How
go.
Are you? How are you, brother?
I'm good. What's up, man? I'm muted, fam. What's goody?
Hope y'all doing good out there. Hope you're having a good week.
What's up, bro? I'm your host, Will.
I'm your co-host, KT, in the building. We hanging out.
We hanging out today for another episode, and it's just us today, bro.
Let's do it, man. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a vibe, man. It's going to be a vibe.
Just bring them into our world, how we hang out in the real world, you know?
Yeah, man. It's going to be good, man. And today's episode is right up my alley. Let's get it, man. I'm big on personal development and accountability, as you know, bro.
Yes.
I definitely believe we should be getting 1% better every day.
Definitely. I mean, that's the easiest way to do it, 1% a day. You know what I'm saying? You can't try to go 10, 20, 30, just 1% a day.
Easiest way, man. So if you're that guy out there that started out the year saying, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to take my health serious, and you still overweight and you only been to the gym once or twice or this year so far, halfway through the year, this episode is for you.
Right.
If you're that guy that said, I want to invest this year, I want to take my check, invest in the stocks, invest in crypto, start my own business, and right now, halfway through the year, you're still living check to check, this episode is for you. And if you're that guy that you like motivation, man, and you just like life not going my way, man. I'm just not feeling it, man. I just don't understand, man. Things aren't going my way. Life is hard. It's not easy. Guess what? This episode is for you.
Definitely.
Let's get it.
Definitely.
The pursuit of excellence, accountability, discipline, and let's just go, man. Personal development. Let's get it.
Yes, it's a good topic today, man. And like you said earlier, like that's something that you preach often. Daily on a daily basis. So, you know, I'm actually happy to actually pick your brain today on this because I know this is something that you like do daily on the vibe. So I'm just excited to teach and preach and listen and learn today, man. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it, bro. Accountability. Accountability is taking ownership of the things that may go wrong or right in your life, man. Mm-hmm. We responsible for our own actions, man. Our actions and our consequences of whatever go on and right is taking that accountability. Definitely. For example, bro, let's just say you got a flight today. You jump in an Uber or whatever. You on your way there, and it's traffic. Whatever. You get to the airport, long TSA line. You're like, good Lord. You finally make it through the line, and guess what? You miss your flight. You had an important meeting you had to get to, bro. So now you call your job, and you're like, hey, sorry, I missed the flight. It was crazy traffic. TSA line was long, whoop-de-whoop. Now, that's what I'm talking about accountability. You're taking no ownership. Everything else is the problem with you. You couldn't have left your house early. Mm-hmm. You couldn't have got ready early. You couldn't have done everything you were supposed to do to make it to that flight on time.
Yeah.
It was everything else's fault. And that's where accountability comes into play. And that's what we got to work on as men, man.
Definitely as men, I feel that we all, well, not we all, but some of us, we struggle with accountability because it just calls you out of your BS. You know what I'm saying? And it just makes you see the version of yourself that you actually see by yourself. Because no one knows you like you know yourself. Facts. At the end of the day. Facts. So that person that you know who you are when you're alone by yourself, you don't think anybody knows that person. So it's like when somebody calls you out on something and you don't like it because you didn't know they knew it or you didn't know they could see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes people feel uncomfortable. And I struggled with it for many years, holding myself accountable and in a lot of situations in our group of friends and, you know, things that we had to do and businesses that we've created and stuff that I had to do on my term. And, you know, I just think that you got to get tired of being the person that people know that you're not going to be the one to do your part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was that person for many years and I had to get better with that. And the good thing is that I had accountability partners, people to tell me and be like, bro, KT, you need to get on your stuff. I need you to do better. I need you to do this. You said you was going to do it. You ain't. You got to be able to hold yourself accountable. Take that, bro. And at the end of the day, it's going to make you better. So you just got to get over that feeling of like somebody making you feel bad and all that. Come on, man. At the end of the day, it's going to make you better. So I struggle with it. I'm still kind of struggling with it, not as much. I'm getting better as time progresses. So I'm just grateful to have people that hold me accountable and I can get better daily.
No, for sure, bro. I'll say the thing about not taking accountability is we always find or tend to find reasons to blame others. It's everything else fault by ourselves, bro.
Yeah.
You notice, like, let's just say you single for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Like I know people with this, man. Men, women who've been single for 8, 9 years, man. And every time you may speak to someone or someone in that situation, people don't take accountability. They may say, "Hey, man, I've been single for a while, but every time I go out on meet on dates, ain't nothing out here, man. Ain't no good women out here, man. These women for the streets, all of this whoop-de-whoop." But every time you meet a girl, it's a girl that's not within a good caliber, bro. Like they always the woman you meet them from the club or you meet them, they got nothing going for themselves. You always got to help them out. You always got to give them your car. You always got to invest in them, and you getting nothing from it. And then when you in a relationship with steady nothing from it, you're like, it's no good woman out here. But instead, you're not taking accountability and ownership of, okay, maybe I should make better choices of women. Yeah. Maybe I should look for different caliber women that could pour into me and me not just pour into her. Women that could help invest in me, whether it's financially, emotionally, or spiritually. Yeah. So it's like taking accountability all around, bro, just with our personal life, with our relations and different things. That matters, man.
I mean, I think, too, I feel that we attract who we are. At the end of the day, man. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? You attract who you are. So if you keep attracting ain't good women or ain't good men, you might need to do some self-analyzation of yourself and realize why you keep attracting these same type of people. So I just think too, man, you just got to do the work on yourself and realize, like, you know, you got to be better, man. Like you can't blame everybody for your situations. And you know what? And it really bothers me at this point, for real now. This really bothers me because I'm a real therapy person, and it's just like I hear anxiety. And I hear, and I just hear that thrown around so much now. And I feel like people use that as a crutch. Now, I got anxiety. I had anxiety. But, bro, like, what are you doing about it? I just think people use that because that's like the word now. Like, mental health is like such the thing that people are doing, and they're not really doing it. It's just like the thing to say because it just sounds good. Yeah. And so I feel like people need to really realize, like, are you really feeling that, or you just using that to as a crutch?
Yeah, that's a new word, to be crutch or to sound cool or to get views or to get likes.
Exactly.
It's like YN or cooking or that's a new mental health, anxiety.
Right.
I definitely agree with that, bro. But sometimes we seem to do that. Whether as men, we seem to do that with our kids' mom or co-parenting, bro. We'll be like, well, my child mom not letting me see her. Or it's a reason, it's my child mom fault I'm not in their life or this and that. Well, at the end of the day, you got a choice, bro. Go to court, pay that money, and get what you got to get, bro. Yeah. Put that time in. Like, stop giving away that accountability, bro. Like, you chose that baby didn't just come into the world.
Right.
That baby didn't just pop out one day and now there it goes and you got no responsibility.
Definitely.
That baby came for whatever reason, whatever relations took involvement, and whatever happened with that relationship went wrong. Now it's your responsibility as a man and father to take ownership and to get your child.
Definitely.
If you got to spend that money, we got to stop going on trips. If you got to stop buying them Balenciagos, if you got to stop going out doing what you got to do, stop buying these shoes, stop buying these clothes, you get your kid. That's taking ownership, and that's accountability, and that's what we got to do better as men, bro.
And as men too, I feel that too still. Like I was talking to my mom about it the other day. I'm a single father. My daughter's mom isn't present, for whatever reason. I love her. I still pray for her daily. But when I tell people the story about how I became in this situation, I always say at the end of the day, I laid down with this person. It was my choice at the end of the day. I went to her. I laid with her. Thanks. And like they say, man, the bed that you lie in, you got to lay in it. You got to. That's it. So I just believe that you got to just take accountability in that space when it comes down to like your baby mama, baby daddy. You got to realize that you saw something in that person that you really liked, and you did see stuff in that person that you didn't like, but you still chose to have a child with this person and spend time, a lot of years in your life with this person. So at the end of the day, that's what makes me not feel so angry with my baby mama at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking accountability, realizing that I put myself in this situation.
For sure. No, that's good, bro. And that's for sure, man. This is the thing about taking and owning accountability, bro. people respect people who want accountability. Like people who take up for their mistakes and notice that they stop blaming the world, stop blaming everybody else for their shortcomings. People respect that, bro.
Definitely.
I know I do, bro. You ever meet somebody and they just not like, let's just say, give an example. You ever meet a woman or you've been on a date with a woman, bro, and you just getting to know her, y'all vibing, and you ask her, you're like, hey, so what happened in your last relationship? Like, what did you do or you could have done better to make your last relationship not end how it did? And she just be like, nothing. It was all his fault. Like, I did nothing. It just ended on him, or we just, he cheated. He cheated, or he just decided, we just decided to go separate ways. He wasn't a good dude. And you just like, well, what did you do to help? You could have done better. Nothing. And it's like, okay, I see where this is going.
Exactly.
This ain't it.
Nowhere.
This is going
but
nowhere.
You know what? I do that anyway. Like when I have conversations with women and they tell me about like their last relationship, their last boyfriend, baby daddy, this and that. And my first question is, what did you do?
Facts.
And the first thing they say to me is, why it gotta be me? And that's the first thing we gotta realize too, man. Like, why do you get on the fence when it's about you? What did you do? Because clearly if you was perfect, you won't be in that situation.
Right.
So you got to understand too, man, like it's something that you did that you got to realize and look in the mirror and realize like, I got to do better in this area. It's something that you did, something that you didn't do. So yeah, that's the thing that I noticed, man, when I like talk to a lot of people, they don't like to talk about what they did.
And I'll say especially women, it's hard for women to take that accountability.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what we don't want to be as men. And we do not want to be that way as men, bro. There's nothing wrong with having shortcomings.
At all.
There's nothing wrong with being like, okay, I messed up. We shouldn't have went this way. We shouldn't have did this. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, okay, man, honey, I missed this. Or bro, my bad, bro. I need this woody wood, bro.
Yeah.
As a man, we got to be able to take that, and it's okay. We got to understand it's all right. It's all right, and it's better to have ownership than a denial to put it on someone else, bro.
Definitely. And I got a quick story, even just like with me and you. It was like maybe like 2-3 years ago, and you asked me to do something or whatever, and I didn't do it. I made an excuse to not do it or whatever, and I wasn't holding myself to be the friend that I want that you are to me. And you know what we did? We went out, we had dinner, and you called me for dinner. We had a conversation. You told me what you felt, and you held me accountable. Now, I had an opportunity at that point to be like, oh, yeah, man, but I could have did. Oh, no. I had an opportunity to make an excuse, but I just said, you know what, bro, you right, and I'm going to do better. And I from that point on, I felt like I have been doing better. So I just think too, like when somebody makes you feel that way, you need to go hang out, go have lunch, go have dinner, whatever, and just let them know how you feel. Tell them where they fell short when it come down to whatever it is, the situation, and allow that person to see what they didn't do or what they need to do. So I just think that you can't blame people for what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So if you tell somebody and then they continue to do it, now it's disrespectful. Now I don't feel like you really mess with me. So I just think that if you just got to own up to it and don't be afraid to let them know, like, you made me feel this way.
Facts.
And it ain't gonna make you be a sucker as a man. It ain't gonna make you feel soft. Hey, bro, you hurt my feelings. I done told you before, bro. Yeah. One time, bro, you hurt my feelings. You did something and I ain't like it, and it made me feel away. And guess what? We got past it. We moved forward. So,
and I think that's good that you used that example, because I think that's important with accountability. We got to evaluate the people that's in our life, the people that's in our circle, bro, because that's so important, because we could pour into it. We could give so much to the people around us that we're not even noticing it's draining our well, that our tank going empty. And right now, we done poured it to them so much, just like a car, bro. And our check engine light on and our oil's on. We're not even noticing because we don't fill them up so much, bro. And that's very important. It's like you ever played the game or you ever did something where people was like, okay, let's draw straws. Whoever get the short one, whoever get the short one, they the one who lose, whatever. Yeah. And when you got friends and you surrounded by friends that you just constantly getting left with, that you constantly getting the verse end of the stick, bro. You constantly drawing the short end. You constantly drawing the short one. You just getting used so much, you're not even noticing it, bro. And it's like, hold on, bro. How come you always doing? How come always is like taking that accountability and ownership, and that's very important, man. I think we got to do that.
Definitely, it was an OG that I know, and I've been knowing him for some years, man. I think this guy's like maybe like 60, and I asked this guy for like $8,000. I'm like, bro, I need to borrow $8,000, right? And I was like, bro, I got you. I'm gonna give it back to you next week. Blah 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 blah. And you know what he said to me? That's your face, bro. That's all he said. That's your face, bro, not mine. He ain't say nothing else, this and that. When I looked at that, I was like, man, like he's making me look at myself and be like, that's your face, KT, you. So just that as a situation too, like, man, like you got to know who you are, man. And you don't want to be that person that when can't nobody correct you, bro. Like Kobe Bryant had to be corrected. LeBron James everybody got to be corrected. The president can get corrected. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to be the person that can be corrected. Because if you can't be corrected, that means you're perfect. And guess what? Nobody is.
Nobody's perfect. And that's the thing about accountability. I think we got to understand that, man, no one's perfect, bro.
Period.
No one at all is perfect. And every day, if you look yourself in the mirror, bro, and you understand that I'm not perfect, and you look at yourself in the mirror today and you're like, what did I fall short? What did I fall short? What can I do better? That's the easiest way to take accountability, bro.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Ask yourself questions in the mirror. Like every day, ask yourself 1 or 2 questions. Or every day, focus on what can I do better than I did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like what can I be better in this area? Like if I want to be better in, if I told myself at the beginning of this year I was going to lose weight. If I told myself at the beginning of this year I was going to go to the gym more, and I haven't been doing it. Now I got to focus on. That's what we got to get into now. Like how can we? What exercises can men do to help them focus more on accountability, bro?
I just think too, it's like certain areas that put you in a situation where you are so comfortable, where you don't want to do what you want to do. Like you're just so used to not doing this and you're not used to doing that. So you know what? I'm comfortable just, I'm going to just roll up one. I'm going to just go to the strip club. I'm going to just go hang out. You got to get out of that space because when you're in that space, that's a space of comfortability. And when you're in a space of comfortability, everybody that's in that space too, they're comfortable. So they're not holding you accountable because guess what? They're in the same situation. So they're doing things to not get their goals done and this and that, and they're not going to hold you accountable because y'all all in the same space. So that's what I learned too about having like friends that's on the goal and that's with it and they going to get it. And you don't want to be that person that's on the team that's like on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So you got to work your way up to getting it done, bro, like at the end of the day. Because I know how I felt because I know I was the person in the team at one point that was coming off the bench. And at some point, you don't want to keep coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not coming off the bench and you bringing something to the team. So I just think that we got to understand that if you're going to come off the bench and be a spark and spark the team and spark your life.
Be the
spark
sixth
everything.
man of the year.
You feel me? Straight up. Just don't be on the bench because ain't no space for you on the start lineup. That ain't cool.
And I think that's important what you say because accountability partners are important, bro. Like I had a homie like that, bro, who I needed for myself as an accountability partner. I told him I wanted to invest more this year, do this and that. And I said I was going to invest a certain amount in Bitcoin, and I wasn't doing it. They hit me up, hey, man, how much you invested so far in Bitcoin, man? I was giving them excuses. Like, bro, I had to do this. So this investment I had to pull. I had to hit like, hey, bro, you say you was going to do a minimum of this starting this year. What's up? Like, I hear you, but you got to sacrifice. You got to do this. And I was like, all right, you're right.
Yeah.
Let me focus on doing that and hitting that goal of how much I want to invest in Bitcoin. I started doing it every year, bro. Definitely. And that's important how people who hold us accountable to the things we say and the goals we want to reach. Because if not, like sometimes it's hard for us to reach because we're only human, bro. We're only human. So I mean, that's why if you look at it, Jesus had disciples, bro. It wasn't 1 or 2 disciples. It was a group of them that he gave things to do, that he gave vision to do, and they would go places together, bro. Yeah.
And two, like biblically, I'm paraphrasing real quick. Like when you look at the people that like God like was using, when you look at like Peter or Matthew, those guys were working when we seen that when God spoke to them. You get what I'm saying? Like Matthew was doing taxes. I think Peter was like a fisherman, I believe, something like that. So he found people that were doing something. So you can't I don't feel like God can guide you if you're not already moving. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you need to move. You need to have some movement for God to actually direct you to where you need to be going.
And that's for sure. Faith without works is dead. You feel me? I just can't say, okay, God, I want to be rich. Okay, God, I want to get better at communication. Okay, God, I want to lose weight, and I do nothing.
It don't work that way.
And I do nothing but just say, I want to do this. I pray about it. I talk about it. I start it, then I stop. It doesn't work that way. Like you say, it's about moving. You have to move. You got to constantly be moving, bro. Because like you always say, life is loud. Life is loud, bro. Definitely. So you got to be constantly moving, man. Let's move us to our next topic. personal development, bro.
Mm.
I'm big on personal
100%.
development, man. I'm very big on it because to me, life is about growing.
Definitely.
It doesn't make sense to stay in the same place. And like you were saying, biblically, the Bible says we did as a child, we spoke as a child, we did as a child, as we get older, we put away our childish ways, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We have to continue to grow, bro.
Definitely.
There's no reason. I was telling my daughter that when I was speaking to her the other day, man, I was saying, Kaylin, she had did something. I was like, look, you're getting older, mama. You got to, I need to see the difference between that Kaylin that was in middle school and sixth grade and that Kaylin that's in high school and 10th grade. Like, it has to be a difference.
Definitely.
I have to see the growth.
Yeah.
And that's how we are. We got to be as men. And that's how we got to be in life, bro. Like, personal development is important. Personal development is the continuous growing and improving of things in life, like in all aspects of life. We continue growing and improving.
Definitely. And two, still, I feel that you got to be healthy first. I think that's the first step when it comes down to growing, because I believe healthy things grow. You know what I'm saying? And things that are not growing are dying. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not being healthy and from your mind to your body, I don't think any other areas of your life you're going to be able to be healthy and grow, I feel like. So I do believe in, you know, it's so crazy that you was just saying, you was talking about Kaylin, and me and Ari was hanging out. We was at Houston's last night, one of my favorite places to go hang out. And I was telling her that, you know, when people talk to her, that she needs to know how to talk to people, look at people when you're talking to them. You know what I'm saying? And you, at one point, she used to like feel bad about it. Like, I'm like, no, I'm daddy's not mad at you. I'm trying to help you get better to communicate and talk to people. So last night we were hanging out. We were in Houston's, and it was a lady there, and my daughter walked up there and was like, "Hey, how are you? I love your dress." And I was so proud that she was able to just like go up and conquer that, because I know for so many years, even though she's almost 7, I mean, I hold her to a higher standard, you know what I'm saying? Because she's my kid. But I see now that when I tell her or correct her, she doesn't get upset anymore. She just do better. And so that's the thing that I feel too, as men, I think we need to instill that in our children early, to let them know that they can be better without like being so hard on them, like bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be so hard on them, but just teach them to, you know, guess what, baby, you could have did that better. This and that. Because the way we grew up, we ain't get no conversations. It was like, he was wrong, pop, 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 I'm finna get the belt. So I just think that it's a different way that we need to raise our children. You know what I'm saying? To be accountable without feeling like they're being ridiculed so bad about it.
And I definitely think that's important, and it's a good thing you say that, bro, because like I said, I try to instill personal development in my daughter as well, but I definitely believe as fathers, we should speak life into our children.
Definitely.
Right? We should definitely speak life into them. Like you say, from the older generation, it may have been parents who wanted to instill fear inside of us. That was a different, I don't want to be your friend. Like, I want to be your parent. Like, if you don't do this, I'm going to whoop your, if you're going to do this, it was that. And then I want to do like, I don't want to say the opposite, but I want to do that at least, not as much. I want to still speak life into my daughter. I always tell her that I tell her things that can help her grow. Even when she do wrong, I sit down, I talk to her, and I just try to speak life into her, bro, and speak love into her, like Jesus. When he spoke to people, he spoke to him in parables, bro. Even when disciples messed up, even when people fell short of his glory, even when he knew Peter was going to turn his back on him, and when he was going to do it, he spoke to him with love, bro. He did everything with love, bro. And that's how I want to do it. And that's how I think as fathers we should raise our kids, bro.
Definitely.
Just speaking to them in love, man. Like you just said, bro, that was great, man. We don't got to always be upset. We don't always got to instill fear into them, bro.
Definitely. Right. You just instill life.
Yeah.
We don't instill fear, we instill life. And that's just what I think we try to do here on Men Unmuted in this community. I think that we try to talk about how can we instill more love and instill a different way of parenting than maybe we have been parenting that wasn't so good. And I think that when you look at yourself and look at your life, how you was as a kid, you know what areas your parents didn't do the best. So I just feel like you should just try to realize that, and then you just do the opposite of it.
And I think we got to understand, even when we parenting, bro, even when we see our kids mess up and they fall short, we got to understand we are human too. And even as older now, we are not kids and adolescents, we still mess up and we still growing.
Yeah.
And we got nobody to instill fear in us on why you don't do that, KT, why you miss work, or why you do this. We got to remember when we talking to our kids, the same thing. We got to remember, okay, I just messed up last week. I just messed up in my marriage when I didn't do something right. I just messed up at work when I do something right. And I can't just be hard on her because she got a bad grade. Or because she didn't look somebody in the eye and do something she was supposed to. We got to still speak that life into him.
And too, man, like, I mean, with God, bro, like if you're a follower of God or you even on a new journey with it, God is not going to like come down and just like punish you right now because you didn't do something right. And, God gives us free will.
Facts.
Because God knows that you know what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
He knows you know. We know. So at the end of the day, man, like, you know what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. So, you just got to get out of that complacency space and be comfortable being uncomfortable and just get better with it.
Facts. And with personal development, again, it goes back to looking in the mirror, bro. We got to look into the mirror and see our shortcomings, man. Because personal development, meaning we looking at ourselves and there's places that we want to grow constantly, bro. Whether it's physical, whether it's mental, or whether it's spiritual, bro. All aspects of our life, finance, we got to look at ourselves and be like, okay, I need to grow spiritually. I haven't been the best place I want to be spiritually. I fly off the handle too much. I want to work on getting closer to God. Mm-hmm. I said this year I was going to start off fasting. I said this year I was going to start off building a relationship with God. And guess what? I haven't been praying lately. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I haven't opened my Bible since January and it's July. Guess what? I haven't done these things. So now I got to work on that area, bro.
Yeah, but when you say that, still, it's like, when me and you, like, for example, if you said, because we always, and that's a good thing too, man. Like, I think as men, dog, if you got friends, bro, like, get a group chat and, like, remember, still, you started it, man. Like, Will would send a text like every month and be like, finance, mental, physical, this and that. Where are you guys from 1 to 5 or whatever? 5 being the best. And we would all check in and be like, I'm here. And so those areas that I was low, I knew Will was high in those areas. So he would reach out and he would, like, champion me and try to get me in those spaces. So, and that's the same thing too. Like when you were saying, like, when you get low in your spirituality, guess what? I call you and I'll be like, bro, let's pray.
Yeah.
Guess what, bro? I'm going on a fast. You want to go with me? Let's do it. And I feel that when you do, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's hard doing things by yourself.
Yeah.
It's so much easier doing it with people, doing it with community. It's so much easier. You got somebody guess what, bro? You know how many times I tell people so much about how many times we fast, and we done went on fast. We done been on 10-day water fast. We've been on 21 days of no meat and just fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. And guess what? It wasn't easy. Day 4, you called me. Day 9, I called you. Like, bro, I'm hungry, bro. I'm about to get some ribs. And you like, bro, no, let's pray about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing too, man. Like, we always talk about the people that you're around, man. And so the people that you're around, they need to help you in those areas too. If they just gonna tell you, nah, bro, okay, cool, you ain't doing it, cool, let's go hang out. That ain't helping you. So I think getting with your friends and hanging out with your friends and having those tough conversations and not feeling like you weak or you don't have anything, you gotta be vulnerable. Vulnerable is a thing too, man. Let them know where you're struggling, and then I feel like if you got the right people around you, they'll help you.
Facts, bro. And I believe for personal development, man, it's important in our career as well as in our relationship. So if you in your career right now and you done had the same skills level for the last 10 and 20 years, that's a problem. That's a problem. You need to work on personal development. You wonder why everyone else is moving up, why everyone else is moving up in pay, where everyone else is getting that promotion, and you still got the same skill set for the last 10 years.
I got a friend of mine that she just started working with me. I think I probably sent her the link to the job. You know what I'm saying? You know who you are. And now she's a supervisor. Like, she can, like, tell me, like, when to go on break. You know what I'm saying? So I can't feel a way about that because she took accountability within herself to move up and do what she needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times people would look at that and be like, oh, that person think they this. They think that you start becoming a hater at that point. And I think that, and I always quote philosophers, but they always say hater people marry hater other people and they have hater kids. And that's because they don't hold themselves accountable. And so I'm just grateful, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's tough because, like I said, I'm still struggling with it. And thank God for Weezy, man. One of our good friends, you know Weezy. Weezy, he's like one of those tough guys, bro. Like, he's gonna, like, hold you accountable in, like, a tough, hard way. But, you know, in the beginning, we all felt like he was doing it because I don't even know, but we realized later that Weezy was just trying to bring the best out of us. You know what I'm saying? So I used to feel a way about a friend calling me out and holding me accountable, but I learned to love it because it still made me better at the end of the day. It made me the dad I am today. And two, still, I remember when I first had my kid and we was talking about doing podcasts like freaking 9 years ago, and in just certain areas in life. And I'll never forget when I told you, I'm like, bro, I got a baby, And you was like, if she don't motivate you, nothing will.
Facts.
And that, when you told me that, that was the realest thing ever. Because at the end of the day, everything that I do now is with purpose. And I think about my kid, and I feel like at the end of the day, I got to leave something. I have to leave legacy. I got to do something for her. So thank you for that, still, for instilling that into me.
And that's personal development, bro. We got to be able to light our own match, light our own spark sometimes, bro. We got to be able to look at ourselves and be like, I got to get better in this area. I got to do this. And that goes for the relations too, man. If you that guy that you know you done ended your past couple relationship because someone told you don't got good communication, or someone told you cheat a lot, bro, you need to practice on semen retention. You need to control yourself. You need to be like, okay, I need to go celibate. I need to retain myself from having sex. Cause every time I get in a relationship, I cheat. Yeah. So that's personal development. Like you could go on a date now and be like, yeah, my last couple relationships ended because I was immature and I always would step up. But I'm better than that now. I done did my journey. I done developed. I done worked on myself. And now I know I could be in a relationship without stepping out. Yeah. And that's what personal development is. It's growing, bro. It's acknowledging your mistakes. So we start with accountability. We start with taking ownership to our mistakes. Like, this is why I messed up, and this is this. And this is personal development now, where I already took the ownership, but this is what I'm going to do better, and this is what I'm going to fix and do the work. And that's how this episode is the pursuit of excellence, bro. Because we putting all these ingredients together in a pot and we making a dish. And that's how we're cooking and making this dish, because we got to continue to do all these things and get better, bro. And that's what life is about, man.
I remember our coach, Coach Harris, he used to say, nobody's perfect, but ain't nothing wrong with trying to be. And I pride myself on that now. I know I won't be perfect, but I try to be. And I know I'm going to fall short of being perfect. But I know if I'm trying to be perfect, I don't think I'm going to fall short. You feel me? Even though I am going to fall short, but I'm still going to get better at the end of the day. And so, too, with relationships, like you were saying, it's tough, man, because we always look at other people's faults, like what they didn't do or what's their issues, instead of looking at your own. But like we were saying earlier, it's a mirror of yourself, bro. Whatever that person's issues is, you got those issues too. And so you can't call somebody out on their issues, but you can't take it back. Like they say, if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, man, with relationships, man, especially because I've had friendships, not many, but I've had a few friendships, man, that I didn't take ownership with certain areas. I wasn't the best friend. And, you know, when one of my friends told me one time, and it hurt my feelings so bad, but it made me a better person. It was like, bro, you're just not being the best friend right now. You're being a taker right now of energy. You know what I'm saying? And I was taking a lot of energy from a friend of mine. And then guess what? I had another friend who I felt like she was taking a lot of my energy. So then I start seeing it like, man, like, wow, I see what that person felt, because somebody else told me how I was making them feel. And then I see how somebody was making me feel. So it's just like, man, you just got to like pay attention to what's going on and just like talk to your friends and just be cool with it.
Facts, bro. I think some of the things that can help us as men with personal development is mentorship, bro. Find someone who's doing good in the area you want to work in, bro. Like, find someone, get in them rooms, get in them areas, build the people, build them relationship, bro, because that's important, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, at one point I was struggling with like strip clubbing a lot. Like that was like a big part of my life. And so one thing that I started doing was I just started sharing my location with people. You know what I'm saying? I just started sharing my location, and then even with some pastors at my church, I used to like share my location. And, you know, I'm like, bro, like, I know if they see me going there, I know they're going to give me a call. I know they're going to do this and that. So I had to put myself in a position like, bro, like I'm a kid almost, bro, like somebody got GPS on me. But I knew in that area I had to get better. So I chose to take that step to, you know, share my location. And I told all y'all, like, man, if y'all start seeing me moving in here, I need y'all to call me. Hey, bro, you know, I need you to do better. I need you to get up out of it. I need you to do better. Do something else with your time. So that for me, I started sending my location out.
And that's important, bro. And that's good, bro. That's going to lead us to our next thing is discipline. Discipline is the ability to overcome one weakness, bro. It's the ability to overcome one's feeling and overcome one weakness, man. And that's very important also with us as a man. Like I was saying, bro, goes back to, for example, semen retention. Like, if you knew you need to get better at keeping in your pants, it's like, we got to work on that discipline, man.
Yeah. And you know what? When I never forget when I told y'all boys, like, and I this was probably like 7 years ago, almost. And I went on like a year and 10 months with no sex, no masturbation, none of that. And I told y'all boys about that journey that I was on. And guess what? I ain't getting no pushback. I ain't getting no, hey man, you got dry. You feel me? I ain't getting none of that. I just got cool, bro. Whatever you need to do it, bro. Whatever's the best for you. And it's like, I feel like what you were saying with semen retention. I feel like we just, like, sex is something that it's something that you don't need, bro. Like that's the biggest part of discipline within yourself, that as men, that we need to start realizing, like, sex ain't all that we thought it was as we was growing up, man. So we got to,
what Ye said before, I'm on my own.
Right. You feel me? And I think that too, man. Like, once we start realizing sex ain't everything, I think that we'll realize that we ourselves are everything.
I think when you think about discipline, and you look at any great person that came to this world, exists in this world, currently exists to this world,
100%.
Made it, famous, and anything, they had discipline, bro. Mm-hmm. They done had the discipline. We got to look at that, and we got to look into them, bro. You look at Jesus, bro. He had to have the discipline to resist, bro. 40 days and 40 nights with no food, tempted by Satan, bro. Mm-hmm. Satan showing him the things of the world. Satan saying, well, this is in the Bible. Satan said, I give you this, I give you that. He had to have the discipline and fortitude to be like, no, you can't tempt the Lord God like this. This is my body. This is my flesh. I think that's important, though, because it's crazy. When you think about discipline, some of the most disciplined people in the world, how I first learned discipline was being a Christian. I started that when I was young. I started going to church and I started with my mom. But when I started fasting, that's discipline.
Definitely.
Bro. It's crazy. Even now, sometimes I can eat different things throughout the year. I can eat whatever I want sometimes throughout the year. Not too crazy. I still watch what I eat. But I can eat meat. I can eat certain stuff. But when it comes to maybe January, when you hit me up and say, bro, let's do a fast. Right there and then I stop it. Yeah. I stop wherever I may be doing, wherever I be, and be like, we're going to go on this 3-day water fast. We're going to go on this 14-day water fast. We're going to go on this 21-day Daniel fast. And that's discipline, bro.
Definitely. and it's not an easy situation, man. Discipline ain't easy, but that's what makes the result so much more fulfilling. Yes. When you realize that. But just put yourself on a time limit, a timetable. And it's a family member that I have, and he's struggling with like blood pressure situations. And when I was younger, I was kind of struggling with that too, because it's like a hereditary thing. I'm not holding myself accountable, but it's a hereditary thing. But my doctor was telling me, like, man, like cold showers, things like that, because this was before I was drinking. I wasn't even drinking alcohol. I was playing football, but I still was having those situations where my blood pressure was a little high. And I started taking I've been taking cold showers for like the last 7 years or something like that. So it was a family member. I was telling him, like, bro, just start taking cold showers. He's like, nah, I can't do that, bro. That's all. I said, okay, well, just, you know what? Tomorrow, just put one foot in the ice bucket. Put one foot. Then next week, put the next foot. Then next week, you feel me? Like, so it's just about progression, like you were saying, still get better daily. Like, getting better in personal development, it's not an event. It's not going to just happen. It's a journey. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to realize that you just got to get better daily. And it was something that me and my boy, who's a photographer, who helped me with a photo shoot, Gabe. And the thing that was the whole preference of it was die daily. And I wanted to just die daily within myself and just live more, you know what I'm saying, as a better person. So at the end of the day, man, you just got to like realize certain areas of your life, you just got to die with it, bro. Like some stuff got to die. And semen retention is one of the best things, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I had a lot of sexcapades in my life, man. And when I went those year and 10 months of no sex, no masturbation, anything, I felt so strong, bro. I felt like nothing can like really control me. I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just felt good. I felt good about myself, man. It was tough. I had moments where I did go on Pornhub and I just had to go out. I had to exit out, man. But I've had those moments, man. But when you tell yourself, man, you're not gonna do something, and you struggle, and then you still succeed, man, you feel good at the end of the day, bro.
That's the thing about discipline. Once you overcome wherever your weakness or vice or addiction is, man, you see that you're stronger than it, bro.
What?
You see how much power you really have
over it,
bro. You see how powerful you are within, man. That made you look at your whole life and be like, okay, well, I could control this aspect. I could do this. I could do that.
Right. If I feel like, man, like I could not eat meat for 21 days, or I could just drink water for 10 days, like we've done many of times, it's like, well, I could do this.
Yes.
Well, I I could put my dreams on you feel me? I could go hard on this. I can do this. And so that's what I'm saying. You just got to like put yourself in those situations.
Put that 1 foot inside the bucket. It's like what you say. You just put your 1 foot inside the bucket and you're like, okay, it's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. Okay.
And then after a while, it's not. It's like when you get in the pool, bro. And it's like, oh my God, it's so cold. But after like 15, 20 minutes, it's like when you get out of the pool, you're cold. You colder than where you were in the pool. So it's just the same thing.
Like I say, we got to look at successful people. When you look at every athlete that made it, bro, they had to have some kind of discipline. Look at LeBron James. He say he spent millions on his body, bro. They just don't say I'm spending millions. The discipline, eating right. Like even when there's no gameplay, even when there's the off season, guess what? You got to eat right. You got to eat right. He got to work out every day. When there's no games being played, when there's nobody watching, when he's not on TV, he's not on the screen, he got to nobody. The discipline comes when nobody else is watching. When nobody's holding you accountable, when it's just you in a space by yourself. When you know you could go watch Pornhub, but you know you want to do better and you don't. When you know your girl is not around and you get that call from that ex or you get that call from that little late night friend and you thinking nobody can find out, you say, nah, I'm good. This is the things that the discipline comes in. When you're fasting and you're doing a group fast, a fast with your church, and you decide, you know what? I may sneak out. I can sneak out and go get something to eat. Nobody will never know. You like, you know what? I rebuke that, God. The discipline comes when no one else is around. No one else is watching. And it's just you and God. Definitely. And you know, once you make that choice to be bigger than that weakness or that addiction or that vice, whatever you're going through, that's where the power comes. And that's where you overcome, bro.
Definitely. Because I always talk about, too, when I talk to people in life, I always talk about, man, like, I had a lot of women that I've been intimate with, and I'm not proud of it. At one point, I used to be. But now at this age I'm at now in this time of my life, I'm not proud of all of those things. So, you know, when I now talk about it and I tell women, friends that, you know, I don't see things the same way because I've been disciplined now. I've put myself in these positions to overcome it. I hear women be like, oh, my God, that's so great. That's so good. This and that. And it's like they don't hear that enough. Women need to hear us men get better in those areas because women look at us and automatically feel like we're just like sex guys, sex. And so I feel like as men, as fathers, as husbands, boyfriends, fiancés, you know what I'm saying? We have to get better in that area and let women know that we're worthy of being followed. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't if you can't overcome certain situations in your life or adversities or addictions, how are you going to help her get through hers? All you're going to do is like call her out on hers. I mean, you feel me? Yeah. So I just think that women need to hear and know that we are doing better within ourselves, personal development, because at the end of the day, we want women. The Bible says women are supposed to submit. But if you ain't nobody worth submitting to, they're not going to do it. And so that's why when you hear women now, when I saw something online and it was at a wedding and they were like, for better, for worse, and you know it for sure, but and at one point when it was like something about submitting, is it something in that agree there? Something it was about like you submit to the man or something like that, and she was like, I don't know about that.
Submit unto your husband.
Yeah, and she was like, no, I don't know about that. So to me, when I saw that, I'm like, it's something that she sees within him that she don't feel that he's worthy of following in that way. But they was about to get married. You know what I'm saying? So that was weird to me. Like, come on, man. Like, as men, we got to do better with that.
But what happened if he was showing her everything he could have done, everything proper? Could it just be her? Could it just be something within her, or maybe something she's seen in her life, or something she may have developed on her single journey, or something where she feels she don't want to submit? Because sometimes women hear that word and it just sounds so bad, man. It just sounds like you asking them to do something they don't want to do. It just sounds like you asking for the world when it's not really that deep. You just, like you just said, submitting sometimes is just trusting a person and loving that person and just trusting them to lead, just to guide you along the way, man. And you holding their hand. That's all. You just on a journey with them, but you trusting they can trust. It's like driving, bro. It's like women get in the car with their men all the time. They let their men drive. That's submitting, bro. And that's what they got to understand. That's the definition of submit. You letting me drive this wheel of our family. You let me drive this wheel of our life, and you let me trust it. I'm not going to crash. I'm not going to crash our family. I'm not going to crash this marriage. You trusted me to drive this marriage and where we need to go. You trust me on driving our family where we need to go. And women do it all the time. They don't mind giving you the keys. Go ahead, you drive. Yeah. You're going out of town 6-8 hours, you drive. You want to go here, you drive. You want to go here, you drive. But when it comes to submitting, when it comes to any night, you can't drive. Give me the keys. I got it. That ain't right. That don't sound right. You can't drive when it comes to cementing.
Right.
I'll take the keys. You know, we could both have our feet on the wheel when it comes to cementing. No,
Yeah.
just trust me, and you would trust me without anything else, man.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'll say about that, man. But motivation, bro, that's something else we need to jump into, man. Sometimes life can hit us where we lose that motivation, man. And I think motivation is about knowing your why, knowing and finding your purpose in this life and understanding it and understanding why. We got an episode about finding your purpose, but understanding your why, man. That's how I would say I will continue to keep my motivation all the time. Like I told you about your daughter. If she don't make you want to do better, nothing in this world will, bro. It's about finding your motivation. That's what I do with mine. I use my daughter as a motivation. I use my partner as a motivation, whatever I can, bro. Sometimes motivation not just about self.
Yeah.
Because if you just about self, sometimes you're ready to give up. Like you just about self in this life, man, sometimes it's not easy, bro.
Yeah.
If I just do things for me, if I just think about Will, like I want to do this for Will, I give up, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's other but when I understand that it's other people attached to me, attached to my life and attached to my purpose, I can't give up, bro. Because if I'm giving up now, these people that attach me, sometimes they might fall in. They could give up, bro.
Yeah.
So I understand that that's not where this goes. And when you understand that, that's your motivation. I think that's what we got to focus on as men. And that'll help us mentally with depression. That'll help us with the suicide rates. That'll help us with a lot of things. We understand we're not doing things for self. But we just can find that why, bro.
Damn, still, you preaching, my boy cooking out here in these streets. I ain't gonna lie, dog. But motivation, man, for me, I feel that, you know, for me, and I always go back to the circle around me, man. Like, and I know dating and with women relationships is an issue for me. It's always been since middle school, since, you know, puppy love. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at you guys, and majority of my friends are married, like 90% of my friends are married men. So when I see healthy marriages or just see marriages, period, man, it just motivates me to realize, you know what, KT, you have an opportunity. It's going to happen. It's possible. And having successful friends financially, that motivates me. Like, okay, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? So motivation, like you said, is not about yourself always. It's about the people that's around you, because that can help you as well. And so for me, motivation is like, you know, like my pastor motivates me. You know what I'm saying? Like I see the way that he leads. I see the way that he is around people. I'm around him a lot, and I'm able to see how he champions people and make people feel better about themselves. And that motivates me to be like, you know, in my real life, when I go out into the world, I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm nice to people. Hey, how are you? I speak. I'm not quick to like jump off the handle, because I'm motivated by what I've seen. And I think a lot of times and motivation don't always mean good. You could be motivated to do bad things.
True.
Some people are motivated to be evil. Like some people are motivated to cause drama. Some people are motivated to, you feel me? So motivation is not always a good thing. It's just, I feel like we need to like shift it to be a good situation.
And the thing with motivation is what stop people a lot with being motivated to do things is their past failures or the fear of failing, bro. And I think we got to understand that with life, sometimes you're going to fall, bro.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
there's nothing wrong with falling as long as you get back up, bro.
That's it.
And that's what we got to understand. To any man out there that's afraid to step out and own his own business, do something, bro. Just get out there, bro. To any guy out there that you watch and you've been saying for the longest, I want to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Bro, we don't know what the fuck we doing, bro.
Right.
We stepped out on faith. And sometimes when you step out on faith, God rewards you with his grace, bro.
Definitely.
You have to jump into it, man. For any guy out there, just go, bro. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just jump off the cliff, no matter what it is, no matter what you thinking, bro. Like if you're scared, you just got a child and you want to walk away from your child. You feel I'm too young. I don't know what I'm. Bro, just go towards it, bro. Stop being scared, bro. Lean in. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you've been feeling, whatever it is you've been thinking, bro, just go for it, bro. Like if you feel you want to marry that woman, if you feel she's a good one, but you feel I'm not ready, I'm not in the right place, bro, get out of here. Go for it.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is to that guy out there, man, just step for it. Put one feet in front of the other, bro, and everything else will fall in place, man.
And just like with this pod, man, like this is something, man, you know, still I've been talking about this for many years, over 10 years I've been talking about I want to start a podcast, and people out there who know me know I've been talking about this for years, and guess what? I never did it. You know what I'm saying? Procrastination. And procrastination is a dream killer. You feel me? And I'm just grateful now, you feel me? Look what we're doing. And it's like to just be in this space and to be doing what I said I wanted to do 10 years ago. And now look at us 10 years later. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel so fulfilled doing this and being here. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 10 years ago, I didn't have enough to tell people. I didn't have enough experience. I didn't have a child. I didn't have a baby mama. I didn't have finances. I didn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start therapy. So 10 years ago, if I would have started a pod, what I was going to talk about? I had nothing. I had no experience to talk about anything. So don't feel bad about not starting it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Will said, start it eventually. Like jot it down. Start journaling. Put down what you want to do. Put down I've created titles for podcasts. I've created outlines for podcasts. I already done had lists of people I wanted to come talk and all that 10 years ago. And so, you know, just to be in this space now, man, like 10 years later, bro, it's so fulfilling just to feel that I put the first foot forward. We put the first foot forward and we're progressing, man. Like it's so fulfilling. I love this. I feel great. I feel like I've conquered myself as far as procrastination. I've conquered myself in the situation of holding myself accountable. I have to be here. I have to prepare. We have to, you know, it's finances go into this. You know, we got to be disciplined to put money into this. And like the Bible says, where your treasures is, your heart will be also.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So my heart is into this, man. And so whatever your heart into, you know what it is. Just put your heart into it, man, and just put your first foot forward, like Will said, man, and just go forward. And I promise you, man, it's like, it's so fulfilling. Like I feel so fulfilled right now.
And for motivation, I'll just say, man, just fall in love with the process of whatever you're doing, bro. If you know chefs out there, they don't just show you their finished meal. They don't just come in and steak is already ready, bro. They fall in love with seasoning. They fall in love with cooking. They fall in love with getting it ready, bro. Right. If you see them basketball players on TV, they just don't hit game winners and that's it. They fall in love with practice. They fall in love with dribbling, shooting them 300 shots every day, throwing them up. They fall in love with eating during the off season, bro. That's what it's about, falling in love with the process. Let's remember that, man. So go ahead, bro.
And two, it was a story with I think Carmelo Anthony was talking about it with Kobe Bryant. They were like in the Olympics and they were like hanging out at the club and they was hanging out in Paris. I don't know where they were. And they was hanging out and they got back to the hotel at like 5 a.m. and Kobe was in the gym shooting. He didn't go hang out with those guys, man. He was in the gym while they was doing that. Right. So motivation, discipline, like it's a choice. You can choose what you want to do. Like I believe motivation is a choice. Like what you want to do and what you don't want to do at the end of the day. Like,
so I would say as we're closing down this episode, Terry got to use this episode, The Pursuit of Excellence, bro. Have you ever been in the kitchen or you see someone in the kitchen, they don't just have one seasoning. It's rare that I see anybody in the kitchen, they just use one seasoning for the whole meat, bro. Use this episode as a recipe, bro. For the pursuit of excellence, use accountability, use personal development, use discipline, use motivation to help you with your life, man, your journey, man. Use all these ingredients, put them in a pot, man, and help you a better man and a better person, man, for the people around you.
Definitely, man. And I want to say the same thing, too. I just want to, like, motivate some people around here, man. Like, it's not easy. Obviously, we know that. It's not easy. It's not an easy journey. You know what I'm saying? Mental health isn't an easy situation. A lot of men, like we were saying a couple of weeks ago, you know, we are in the highest rate of suicide, man. So to the men out there that's feeling a little low, you know what I'm saying? We just hope that we can give you a word that can get you to the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want to get you to the next day. We're still figuring life out as well as two young black fathers, husbands, family members. We're still figuring this thing out. However, we are still here. And we're telling people and talking to people about our stories and our shortcomings and the good things that we've done too. So, yeah, man, like, you're not alone. Men Unmuted, you're not alone. You're a part of this community. We're here for you. We're here for men. We're here for women. We're here for everybody. We just want to, like, be a safe space where people can just have regular conversations without feeling judged, without feeling any situation. Nothing is too big for nothing. So we just want to, like, champion you and let you know that tomorrow is going to be a better day.
Let's do it, man. Let's close out with how we do. We're going to give y'all good energy. We're going to close out with a quick prayer.
Let's do it.
God, we just thank you as we come before you right now. We thank you for every God out there that's watching this episode, God. We ask that this be a blessing to their life right now, God. To every man out there that's struggling, God, they just don't know why their life is going, why it's going. They just need that motivation right now, God. Just strengthen them right now, God. Strengthen their mind and let them know that a righteous man fall down 7 times but get back up again right now, God. Let them know that you're with them every step of the way right now, God. And life is about growing right now, God, and trusting you right now, God. You said that we all fall short of your glory. So just give them the strength to be accountable, God. Be accountable for their actions, whether it's right or wrong, God. You give us free will right now, God. You give us free will to mess up right now, God. And you give us free will to repent to you because you are a forgiving Father right now, God. So give us the strength to be ownership of whatever we do right now in this life right now, God. And we thank you for it in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Man, I'm muted.